This weekend in European football wasn't about brilliance, it was about intensity and who failed to match it. In Manchester, the derby was decided long before the final whistle. In Spain, Barcelona dropped points they could not afford to lose. Here's what changed and why it matters. Manchester Derby. Manchester Derby was not decided by moments of individual brilliance, but decided by intent. Michael Carrick began with a win against the city rivals, and it was performance based more by structure and effort than by flair. From the opening minutes, Manchester United looked sharper, they ran more, pressed higher, and closed pace far quicker than City were comfortable with. What stood out was not just pressing itself, but when and where it was applied. United forced the game into uncomfortable areas, particularly in midfield, where City usually dominate possession and rhythm. By compressing space early, United disrupted City's usual build up patterns and prevented them from settling into long spells of controlled possession. City, by contrast, never truly found their rhythm. There were misplaced passes in the areas in which they are normally secure. The tempo dropped, movement became predictable, and urgency that often defines the best performances was missing. This was not a City dictating the pace of the game. Erling Haaland, normally decisive, had
He
very
was
little
tightly
influence,
marked.
often isolated, and rarely received the ball in positions where he could threaten the goal. That isolation was not just an individual issue, it reflected how disconnected City looked as a unit and particularly between midfield and attack. United also had several goals ruled out of offside. The margin were fine, but those moments highlighted how often they managed to break through City's defensive line. Even without the goal standing, the overall pattern remained clear. United players were cohesive and had purpose. City never truly responded to intensity placed on them. Despite the result, however, this performance alone may not change the whole broader picture. Carrick's chances of continuing beyond the season remain very limited, and one strong derby showing, even against major rival, is unlikely to alter long-term planning. As far as Spain is concerned, Barcelona dropped points against Real Sociedad, raising the concerns that feel increasingly familiar. Once again, the performances contained enough quality to win the match, but not enough efficiency to secure the result. Ferran Torres did contribute, yet question remains about his reliability. Despite the moments of output, he does not still look like a fully dependable option going into next season. At this level, contribution alone is not always enough. Consistency, particularly in decisive moments, is what separates squad depth from first choice certainty. Barcelona may need to bring in another attacking option, but that ambition is still complicated by financial reality. Economic restrictions continue to shape their every sporting decision at the club. Flexibility is limited and squad planning becomes increasingly reactive rather than proactive. On the pitch, the match was defined by wastefulness. Barcelona created enough chances to win comfortably but failed to convert them. The woodwork intervened at crucial moments, turning promising attacks into frustration and ultimately costing them the game. Those moments shifted momentum, allowing Sociedad to remain competitive deep into the match. Among the positives, Dani Olmo may not be stood out. Despite mixed opinions, his technical quality and understanding of space were evident throughout the game. He offered control between the lines, and brought composure in possession. The recurring concern, however, remains his availability. If Olmo could stay fit for extended period, but without his influence consistency be significant, that potential impact remains uncertain. Off the pitch, further questions continue to surround squad planning. The stall situation regarding Hamza Abdul Karim transfer is concerning, particularly when viewed with the context of Barcelona's broader structural challenges. With Barcelona dropping points, the title race has tightened. Real Madrid now sit just 1 point behind. At this stage, pressure becomes decisive. Margin shrinks and patience is rested, and experience begin to matter more than form alone. Few teams are better equipped to navigate those moments than Madrid. Across European football, the margins are narrowing, and weekends like this often shape how the season is